Hello, once again. First of all, welcome to this Q&A webinar on the track start of the S3E project. First of all, the S3E project goal is to focus on acceleration deep tech projects coming from research teams and deep tech solutions coming from startups and SMEs. Okay. My name is Cláudia Barbosa. I'm from ICTech, that is a not-for-profit association that wants to bridge the gap between the science and the market. And ICTech is the consortium leader of this project. Okay, here with us we have Carmen Serna, okay, that is from Austral, our partner, and Cristina Simões, that is the head of training of the program. Okay, she will present to you in more detail what is the S3E project. And during the presentation, if you have any doubts, please post them on the chat, okay, that Cristina at the end will answer the questions. Cristina, you can start.
Okay. Buongiorno e benvenuto. My name is Cristina Simões and I'm the head of the training program START, and I'm very proud to present it to you today. START is one of the programs from the Southern European Entrepreneurship Engine, and from now on, for the sake of easiness, I will refer to it as S3E. So as Claudia told you, at the end of the session, we will have a Q&A moment, but feel free to write in the chat box all your questions, but mind to address it to everyone. So we are going to talk about all the S3E programs with a special focus on START, which is the aim of today. The S3E is a year-and-a-half long project funded by the European Commission, and our ambition is to develop an engine of growth to reduce the market risk of the Southern European deep tech projects. In a word, to close the gap of the science-based innovation ecosystem with the Northern European countries. Before continue, just a brief word about what is deep tech for us. So deep tech means that solutions we are going to work with are grounded on scientific discoveries or engineering innovation. Deep tech means that solutions we are going to work with are in the opposite side of business model innovation. So, for instance, if you think about the so-called tech companies like Uber, Airbnb, Amazon, Netflix, and so many other examples, we can assert that they indeed disrupt the market, but by introducing completely new ways of doing business and not by being driven by deep tech. So what we do is accelerating deep tech solutions coming from research teams, startups, and SMEs that can make a social and economical difference towards a more sustainable future. The project was built adding the effort of these four institutions. ICTech, as Claudia told you, is the consortium leader, Australo, EPLO, and IDI. And how are we going to accomplish our mission? By helping researchers to learn how to see their research using entrepreneurship lenses, by helping growth stage startups in business development and in procuring investment, and last but not least, by mediating open innovation with the industry. Never forgetting that the solutions we are going to work with must actively contribute to the achievement of sustainable development goals. And how exactly we will do that? Through three pillars that are targeting three different maturity level of projects. Early stage startups or research teams with projects with TRL from 1 up to 5 with the program START. Growth startups that does not have funding or have only pre-seed funding with TRL from 6 to 7, and scaling startups and SMEs with at least 2 years of operations. I'm starting by briefly explaining charge and reverse so that we can dedicate more time to the program START, which is our goal today. So S3E Charge is a mentoring and networking program that targets growth stage startups that through a first-class mentoring program will develop an investment-ready business plan, will get access to non-dilutable and dilutable funding, will be connected to innovation leaders ecosystem, and will have a more deep understanding on how to protect their IP assets. The program Reverse aims at engaging scaling startups and SMEs by creating a corporate to startup technology brokerage program, meaning that we will put scaling startups solving and developing projects to address specific challenges or problems of corporations and public institutions, and so connecting tech solutions to market problems. So now let's talk about START. The S3E START program was designed to provide skills in scientific knowledge commercialization, connecting science and technology to product and market needs, to clearly communicate science to a business audience, and assessing the different paths to move the technology to the market. The program was specifically designed for research teams from Southern European countries with deep tech projects, that is born from science or engineering innovation, impacting one or more sustainable development goals that want to know how to go from the lab to the market. And also because we want to leave a legacy after the closure of this project, also for TTOs, again from Southern European countries, that want to learn a tested methodology to boost science-based entrepreneurship and technology commercialization. So at this stage, you might be asking, what are the science fields we are talking about? So it goes from agriculture to medical and health sciences, engineering and technology, and natural science. Therefore, we are aiming a very large spectrum of knowledge. Summarizing, the START is made for research teams and TTOs that want to evaluate the social and economical value of their research, learn how to pitch science to a non-scientific audience, and acquire skills in technology commercialization. And how does START work? So over a period of 18 weeks, teams will receive 21 hours of online training that will help them understand how to develop a business case for a product, a service, or a process. Additionally, there will be webinars on topics relevant to the development of the business case of 1 hour every 2 weeks, and first-class mentoring of 1 hour and a half every 2 weeks. At this stage, it's very important to mention one thing. The in-class tutorials, so the online training, follow a learning by doing approach, so that the teams must fulfill a set of deliverables in between classes, which provide the building blocks to assemble the business case and the final pitch. Thus, a significant part of the learning process and workload is based on the work done outside the formal in-class training. Last but not least, the participants can increase their business network at the S3E Open Day, when they will have the opportunity to pitch their project. It is also the moment to tell you that the program is free, both for the research teams and for the TTOs. Diving deeper on the process, the program has 3 different phases. In the ideation phase, we encourage teams to devise multiple product concepts born from unique capabilities of the technologies and creating linkages between the benefits of using these products and the market needs. In the development phase, through a set of tools, teams are led to look for fatal flaws, either by the side of the product or by the side of the market, forcing them to choose the one product concept to move to the next phase. Additionally to the tools referred, teams will also be strongly encouraged to contact the market to sustain and validate the decisions and assumptions made. During the last phase, the commercialization one, teams will join all the pieces together and design the strategy to bring the product to the market. As you might guess, the outcomes of the START are a business project, which can be described as an embryo of a business plan because it has exactly the same index, it's smaller, and a pitch to be presented at the S3E Open Day. Let's now talk about the uniqueness of this program. It relies on the fact that it emulates a real startup experience by working with real projects and departs from unique capabilities of the technology. So creating products with a competitive advantage that is born from the science or the technology and not from a product concept or an idea or an application. Moreover, we strongly advise the strategic choices need to be ratified directly from contacts with the market. At the end of this program, the participating teams will not only have a written business project and a pitch, but they would be much better positioned to apply to non-dilutable or dilutable funding. So let's now focus on the timeline and the most important dates. So the applications are already run since the early of November and will close on the 10th of February. The selection process takes place between February 13 and the 27th, and the announcement of the applications winning is on the 7th of March. The program runs beginning on the 21st of March until July 20, where is going to happen the open day. The selection, just a few words on the selection process. So the selection process will have 2 different stages. The first one where the application will be assessed by the S3E project partners to validate if all the applications are in accordance to the eligibility criteria. And the second phase where all the applications are ranked and assessed by a board of remote peer reviews, and teams are required to come to an interview. So about the application form, it's very easy to do, and if you are applying and you are taking more than 2 hours to do this application, it's because something is wrong. So obviously you need to identify all the team members and the R&D organizations you are coming from, and the team members can come from different R&D organizations. It's not obliged to come from the very same one. You need to describe the proposed technology or scientific discoveries in terms of what it does and not the technical details. So we don't want to know the magic of your technology. We also need to know why do you think the proposed technology is unique. or well realize the innovative of your proposal, the status of development and the most important next steps, the scientific field of the project, the sustainable development goals that the project aims to address, the IP status in the moment of the application, and a statement of motivation of the team to participate. For the TTOs, so the TTOs is an individual application. So they need to identify themselves and the R&D organization they come from. We need a CV of the individual, a letter of the R&D organization supporting the application, and also a motivation letter to participate in the program. So here I would like to make an important statement. So in spite the TTO's applications are individual, we are going to join the TTOs to teams, to research teams, because it is the only way to fully appreciate and engage with the program. So we strongly encourage the TTOs to convince and promote the program so that they can join one team of their own community. So what is the criteria for the research teams or for the projects? We will analyze the perceived breadth of the technology, that is the potential of a platform potential of the technology, so serving different applications, the perceived depth of the technology, that is related with the uniqueness of the proposal, and not but not least, the motivation to participate in the training program and the entrepreneurial spirit of the team. For the technology transfer offices, the criteria to rank them is the motivation to participate and how this participation will help them to succeed in getting their discoveries into the market. So how this program will help them to succeed in their jobs, and the geographic dispersion. Obviously, the geographic dispersion, it's directly related to the geographic dispersion of the applications. But if we will grant a good geographical dispersion, we will try not to have more than 2 participants from the same country. So in order to help you with the applications, we are going to host another webinar. So we are having, if you are having any doubts about the application, feel free to join us on the last webinar that is going to be held on the 7th February at 14 set time. Please do not leave the application to the last minute, since we are very strict regarding the deadline. Submissions of the applications are going to be done only through the F3E platform. So in these 2 links that we are presenting here, you can also be direct to those links through our website, okay? And again, the final deadline is 10th of February at 5 set time sharp. So the team behind this program is composed by Cláudia Barbosa, you already met, so the COO of ICTech, Pedro Vilarim, who is the CEO of ICTech, and myself, responsible for the START program. Altogether, we have more than 35 years of working with innovation from deep tech. Besides today, during the Q&A that begins now, we kindly invite you also to subscribe our newsletter through our website, so that granting you will be updated about the news of S3E. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and on Twitter. And for a more personal reach, you can send us an email to info@south3e.eu. And I think that's it, isn't it, Claudia? Or am I missing something particularly? The
Non-disclosure agreement.
No, I didn't. Thank you very much. It's very important. So in order to keep your technologies and scientific and you safe, all the participants, and when I say all, is indeed all, I do sign an NDA. So all the participants, either mentors, either participants, TTOs, team members, and all the team of S3E START will sign an NDA agreement so that everyone can feel comfortable about disclosing information. Nevertheless, as we told in the application, we do not want to know the magic of your scientific discovery. So the Q&A is open, so please feel free to make your and any question you may have.
You have 3 questions on the chat. Justina asks, can more than one TTO officer participate?
Yeah, obviously. So as I told you before, TTOs are individual applications. So imagine you are coming from, I don't know, Bocconi is a good example. I hope so. And you have 3 different elements of Bocconi. The only thing you have to do is to grant that you have 3 or more research teams from Bocconi.
Justina, okay. Now we have, Andrea, could you share the presentation after this session? Okay, we will share it. And will be similar webinars also for the other 2 pillars. Those are available already. So for the track charge, okay, is 6th of February at 3 p.m. And for start is on the 7th of February. Okay, so for reverse, we don't have any webinar schedule. Okay. So let's follow. Could you share? Okay. What are the exact topics of the training? They may be similar to other trainings we have had in lab to market courses.
Well, some subjects might be the same, but the way we structure. So let me make a disclosure here. So the team behind this program START runs a similar one, so almost is the same thing, since 2004 in the Portuguese market. So and this program is very popular in Portugal because it's different from all the other programs. So and one of the things is the uniqueness I talked to you about is the fact that we are not departing from an application or a product idea. We are in the first phase of the program, we debuild your technology and your ideas about the applications and your ideas about the technology. So that's why the ideation phase, during 4 weeks, we are speaking only about technology, and we are making you understand what are all the capabilities of the technology. So we are opening your minds on the process. And this is one of the biggest difference with all the other programs. But, and it makes a difference because you are creating something, your competitive advantage born from what you know, your knowledge, born from the technology, okay? And does not born from you are doing something different from the competition. You are making add-on, okay? So this is completely different from all the other products we know. But as for you go to the business parts of the program, yes, it's somehow you will going to talk about things that you might already have listened to.
And we have another question from, I don't know, her name.
Sorry, Claudia, sorry, let me add just one thing. In the project you are comparing us to, do you finish with 25 to 30 or 40 pages of an embryo of a business, of an investment ready business plan? At the end of this program, you will have it.
So let's move on. So other question is, can researchers from entities located in more than one country join in the same team?
Yeah, obviously, of course.
And then Santa is asking, what are the selection criteria?
Selection criteria, yeah. I will move back. For the research teams is the perceived breadth of technology. So if your technology only serves one application, so in a word, if your technology only serves one application, or if you have a platform technology. So imagine you have a molecule for curing a specific type of breast cancer. This is only one technology with only one application. But you can have a molecule with proteins that can be applied as a biocide or as a fungicide. So you have a platform technology. So coming out of your technology, we can serve different markets, different applications. So this is the perceived breadth of the technology. Then we assess the depth of technology. That is, how much unique is technology? How much innovative? What does it bring new that it doesn't exist in the market yet? And last but not least, the motivation to participate in the training program. As I referred before, the program is free, both for the research teams and for the TTOs. So whenever we need to brand from the very beginning that the teams that we choose are going to help the program until the end and be happy with it. Because if someone leaves the process in the middle, there will be another team that would like to join us and couldn't. So for the TTOs, is obviously the motivation to participate in the training program and justifying how do they think that this program will help them to improve their job. So assessing the technologies and helping their community of researchers to move their technologies to the market. And here, the geographic dispersion is also one criteria rank. So we would like to have people from all over the Southern European countries. But obviously, as I told you before, this depends on the geographic dispersion of the applications.
Okay, let's move on. Laura, understood. Do you have an idea of the schedule for the 21 hours of training? Is it mandatory to attend all of the sessions? Some of us have commitments already, so.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know I can imagine that you already have commitment, but as I explained you before, so The online training is going to be 1.5 hours every Tuesdays from the 21st of March on, okay? But as I told you, the most part of the workload and the most part of the learning process is not 1.5 hours per week, listen to me, is the work you do in between classes, additional to the 1.5 hours every 2 weeks the meeting with the mentors, and 1 hour every 2 weeks of the webinars. All these pieces together that will allow you to building the blocks to have a business project at the end and a pitch to a non-business audience. So the answer, unfortunately, is yes, you need to participate. And all the members need to participate. Obviously, I'm not telling you that in 18 online trainings, if you miss one or one member misses 1 or 2, is not a big deal, but you need all as a team be there. Otherwise, you cannot do the program, because every week you need to take decisions, you need to make assumptions, and you need to do it as a whole, as a team. So the team needs to have exactly the same level of information. So all the team members need to attend all the activities. That's
okay. Let's move on. Okay, Soros is asking, how do you financially support us?
Well,
this is not clear to me.
Yeah, so there's no money involved. So the researchers do not need to pay anything to participate in this program. And the program does not give any money to the research teams or the DTOs. Money is not involved in this program.
Okay, you're welcome. And I think we have one more question here. Is the open day going to be online or in person?
Well, the open day is going to be in person, okay? But we might guess that some teams might not be able to attend because as the open day is going to be held in Lisbon. And so we are planning to have an hybrid session.
So I think we don't have more questions. Just a note, Laura, I sent you a message to you, so just to check if you saw it. And okay. And we don't have more questions.
Okay, so let's close the session. Thank you very much for being here with us today to listen to us and apply. This is a very fun program.
We are waiting.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.